So hopefully you can see my screen. This is the third day for Python we'll be learning today. Just a quick recap what we have learned till yesterday session. So it was Python's basic data type we have covered there, and two data structures we have covered, just like list and dictionary. Just a quick recap what is list and dictionary. Dictionary is a key, list is the most basic data structure in the, in the Python data types over there. We can put heterogeneous element, just like in a single list, we can put integer, float, string, boolean, those kind of element over there in list. List is mutable in nature, so we can update any element at the runtime of the same list. Okay, and those are the important topics of list. We have learned some of the methods on top of list. And while learning the dictionary, we learned that dictionary is storing the data as a key value pair combination. Just like the same, if we just want to check any of the elements from list, we want to call that particular element by the index of that list. Okay, so each of the, let me quickly recap to you over here. I have some spaces here. So list is just like in this way, this format it should be following 1 to 5. Yeah, even heterogeneous element just like character I can put. Okay, anything, Boolean value. So this is a list. List is, list can contain heterogeneous element. I can update any element at the list anytime. Okay, and lots of methods we have learned over there, just like insert, update, popping up a particular element over there, count, sort, reverse, those kind of stuffs, and all the methods, all kind of data related methods you can handle in list. There'll be no issue. Okay, and but the dictionary is the same kind of stuff, but having key value pair combination. The syntax is a bit different, just like this. It should be within curly braces with the key value pair combination. Just like if this is key, its value should be written into the next field with a colon separation. Okay, then the next field should be in this way. Then colon, suppose the next element is B. So over here, it's a dictionary having two records. This is first record and this is second record. Okay. The thing is, the first key, the first portion is called key and the second one is value. So key is performing the indexing part. The same thing in list, we do not have any index directly, but we can name it just like the first element is the 0th position index is having the, this kind of stuff. So we can control it by keys only. Okay. So those are the all we have learned for dictionary and list and the other stuffs. I'll be covering the rest of the portion for today. That is set and tuple quickly. And what are the main difference for set and tuple? Those are all data structures and all. But why we will be using set? Why will be using tuple? Why will be using list, dictionary and all? So quickly have a basic go through on that one. And some basic modules of just like conditional statement execution, looping, okay, for loop, while loop, those kind of stuffs we'll be covering. We can cover user defined function in Python as well. So those are the topic we'll be covering for today. So hopefully you can understand the session, and if whoever joined for the new, if there is any stuck point or anything, you can tell me. Or if you want to check the previous session, there are recordings in the particular WhatsApp group. The YouTube link is mentioned over there. You can go through that session so that you have an idea on top of that. Although if there is also some doubts over there, then you need to connect again from the beginning of the session, which should be starting again after 2 weeks. Okay. Okay, but it is not very much tough. If you can go through the recordings and all, you will be having a clear picture. But the hands-on part and all, you can have a, uh, for that thing, you just need to wait for the next session to be started again. Okay. And one more steps. I hope everybody have installed Python as well as that particular ID, PyCharm, at your side. If not, please try to install it because we'll be trying to cover one more exercise on top of Python. Maybe after finishing of the Python course, it should be on maybe Saturday, I mean Friday or Monday, most probably. I'll be providing an exercise just like the same we have covered for SQL. Okay. Last week we have covered one SQL exercise. So I think you have tried the same thing. So I want you to try the same thing on top of Python and yeah, by performing this thing. If you have already installed any IDE or any web development tool, then that is fine. No need to install the thing, but try to solve the exercise by your own. Okay, I'll be just giving these exercises maybe Friday. Okay, so that you have some time and let's connect on Monday so that we can solve the problem interacting with each other. Okay, I'll not be solving the problem by mind. This time I'll be taking some help from you as well. So mm, try, do the exercise for your side too. Okay. Okay then. Let's coming to the point. Today we'll be learning tuple. So if we just think what is list, so it's very much, easy to understand what is tuple. There is some basic syntactical change for tuple. Let's declare a variable t1. Tuple should be enclosed by this brace. Okay, whether list was in this brace and tuple was, this is the first bracket. Okay, so this is the only structural modification for tuple. Even tuple can be heterogeneous in nature. Okay, we can put multiple data types element. Okay, let's check the data type of this thing. Okay, this is the way. Type is the inbuilt function to check the data type of that particular data structure. Let's run it. Yeah, it's tuple in nature. The class of this object is tuple. Okay, so we can print the same way over here. We can print the tuple to check all the elements. That is fine. So only structural difference between list and tuple is with the braces over here. But the main difference for tuple and list, I already mentioned and emphasized that particular topic earlier as well. The elements of list are mutable in nature. That can be muted anytime. But the elements of tuple cannot be muted. Okay, it's fixed in nature. Whatever I have declared for T1, that cannot be modified in this entire code. Okay, let me show you the thing. Okay, how to call, let me call the element. This is one thing I think you all aware that we can call by the index. So I am calling the 0th position over here, which should be returning 1. Okay, so this way we can call a single element. Even we can slice the particular tuple with having, I learned, that particular topic already learned for list. Just like we can slice it. Okay, in this way, we can slice that particular list. So zero, my means the zero is the first index over here. It is 0th position and particular three elements should be considered over here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So it should be printing this slicing tuple part. Slice tuple. Okay. So that's the same with list, but the thing is we cannot mute it. We cannot change the particular thing. Let me just show you. I'm assigning 0th position value. Suppose I'm assigning the value 34 over here. Okay, let's run it. Yeah, I'm throwing the, it's throw this particular error, type error. Tuple object does not support item assignment. We cannot assign this kind of item or we cannot modify a particular tuple after its declaration. So, while doing the real-time program or exercise, we just need to think about. I already give you an example yesterday. Suppose I'm designing uh, I mean cab. Okay, a particular app which should be supporting the cab application. Over there, I'm declaring a particular variable where it is storing the latitude and longitude for a particular city. Okay, the main latitude and longitude should be stored there. Okay, so if we store that and for the program somehow that can be edited or just like this, there should be a big issue because a particular location, latitude and longitude cannot be modified, okay, in the earth. So that is why while declaring that thing, we need to put this thing in tuple. Okay, maybe latitude in tuples, longitude in another tuples, just like this. Then we can combine it again with having the same combination. So the thing which is not mutable, that thing should be declared by tuple. And I mean, list is all the functionality and all the features, the basic data structure you can say in Python. So list is most of the use we can use the list and all. When we'll be learning pandas and everything, then if we just want to declare an array over there anytime, we will be choosing list only. Okay, it will help with multiple scenarios. Later we can learn more. Okay, so this is the help. I mean, we can get from tuple. From tuple, there are some methods. Very less methods are available over here. Index and count. Let me quickly show you. Okay, let me delete it. Okay, so only let me show count first. Okay, count should be returning the number of. Okay, suppose I mean giving two means that particular element is, I mean, it should be returning the count of this element for the entire tuple. Okay. Okay, two is present once over here. Let me just add one more two over here. Then we can get, yeah. So it will be checking the frequency of occurrence inside the particular tuple. Count should be having this one. Then I think we have index. Yeah, index is also very simple. It's we can understand just like if we just give three over here, it should return what is the index of three. If we give also two, it will be returning the first one, first occurrence of two. Okay, let's put three. Three is in second position. I mean, this is zeroth. The first one is for zeroth. This is second. I mean, first, and this is second. This is the way we will represent the indexing part for a particular tuple. It's same as list. Yeah. So third, three is in second position. So this is the indexing part of tuple. Okay. It's very simple. If we already learn what is list and tuple is very much use. I mean, same thing over there. The same slicing part we are doing as list and all. Just one important keyword. It is immutable in nature. Okay. Then the next topic is set. Any doubt from anyone till now? Any questions? No one? Nothing? Okay. Fine. So set is the last data structure just we will be covering. So set is just like the first term is very much important. Ordered collection of unique objects. So set, if we put multiple things, I mean, which is duplicate in manner. So set will removing the duplicates first. It will be unique in nature. Whatever objects will be there, that should be unique. And set has the capability so that it can update. I mean the element should be ordered in nature. It should be sorted by default. Okay, so these two things should be there in set, and especially we can use set for just like set theory kind of operation. So interaction, I mean intersection, union, union all, okay, minus, difference. So those kind of stuffs we can perform in set. Whatever we can do in mathematical operation set theory, for having this kind of operation only, we can use set. Okay. Let me have a quick example how set looks like and what are the structural difference for set. Let me declare it as S1. Okay. Let me put 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3. I have missed 10. Okay. Let me put 5 again. 5 is duplicated in nature. Let's see what happens. So let me run it. Just like I'm printing S1, I'm also printing the type of S1. Okay, so only difference between set, list, tuple, and the structural difference is it should be within curly braces. Dictionary is also having curly brace, but dictionary is maintaining the key value pair. But over here, it's the same thing. It's having an index. This is the 0th position. There is no change for list and all set, but it should be using only curly braces, and this kind of combination should be there. Okay, the only difference is that you can see we have declared 5 twice, but it have taken while I'm printing the thing for S1, it is ordered in nature. 3 I have declared here, but by default it has sorted the result and printed the final result 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Okay, and it's removed the duplicates just like 5 has been eliminated. It's just put only once, and uh, it's ordered in nature as well. Okay, so these two are the important aspects of set. Let's have some quick example on top of sets. Uh, just like, okay, this is one more topic actually, conversion to list. This thing is eligible for not only set, it is for tuple as well or list as well. We can convert the thing between one another. Just like if we want to convert from list to, I mean, set to list, then just we can put, I'm just declaring another variable L1. Okay. And then list is the inbuilt function, just like type conversion. Whatever we have learned that we have gone through some exercises yesterday, having converting, I mean, the transformation on top of character to integer, integer to float. So this kind of stuff we can also do over here. We can change set to list or tuple to list. Then we just need to use what should be the final data structure should be there on, I mean, by using, I mean, we can do the same thing. List on top of this tuple AS1. Okay, that's all. If I just print the same thing, print L1, then we can see. Let me print L1 as well as let me print the data type of L1. Let me do both of the stuffs. Okay, let me cut this and paste it over here. Okay, fine. Okay, so the first type is set. This type is list. This is dictionary. I'm sorry. This is set and this is list. All structural difference is the brace. Okay. But after declaration of this, we can quickly think, I mean, what is mutable and what is immutable, and we can work accordingly. Okay. Let's have some quick operation on top of set. What are the different methods? I'm just taking only set. Okay, set should be also heterogeneous in nature. Okay, you can put true, false, those kind of stuffs over here as well. Okay, let me declare another list or let me copy it. Okay, how to copy from one set to another is to, I can use a method. I am declaring one different set from a set, just like copy operator. Okay, this will create a new set. Even if we can remove this thing, this should do the same thing. Okay, I think so. Let me just quickly check it. Copy, they have designed one more method. Yeah. What is S2? Just it's directly copied it over there. I can use the same thing. I can use also this method. Okay, it's the same in nature, nothing else. That is fine. Uh, Let me declare another thing over here directly and have some set theory operation. Okay. Print, I'm printing directly. Let me have some union operation on top of S1 and S2. Okay. I can store this thing in a separate thing. Let me do that thing. I'm declaring another variable. And how to do the union? Put the first one, then union. Declaring union is a method over here. S2. This is S3. Let me print the final result in S3. Okay. You can see the thing has been union. There's a difference. Difference means difference is very much useful. When we'll be using difference, then we need to maintain the proper order. The result between S1 difference S2 will be differing if we just put S2 over here, S1 over here. Because difference means what is extra that is present in S1 but not in S2. Okay, that is the logical difference between the position of the variable declaration for using difference. I think you are aware of this stuffs. As per the mathematics rule where we have learned set theory. Okay. Okay. So the difference means, I mean, those are the extra terms in S1 which are not present. 8, 2, 10, 14. Those are not present over here. So we can use the rest of the intersection. Intersection means the common portion. Okay, it's 156. Okay, the common elements between two sets, that should be intersection. I think I mean, all of us are aware with the Venn diagram in set theory and all. If you just quickly think the same thing at your mind, it should be quite clear what with the outputs and all. Okay, any doubt till now for learning sets and all? We'll be going to the next topic. Any doubt? Okay, no doubt from your side. That's great. Conditional logic, I mean, the statement, just like using if, else, and all, how to use the same thing in Python. Let me do an exercise, then that should be helpful. Uh, okay, let me take a number as an input and let me detect whether it's odd or even. Okay, so x equal input. I'm inputting from user. Let enter a number. Okay, colon. They'll be entering a number. Then, okay, first of all, whatever the user will be entering this input function, by default, take the value of this particular number as a string data type that we already learned yesterday. So we have to type cast it into integer. That's why I'm putting the entire stuff in a function that is called integer. I think whoever has attended this class, there is no issue. Just like input, just like it's very simple as well. So whatever, if I just go ahead in this way, x will contain the value, but that should be character. If I put 3 over there, 3 should be determined as a character or string data type. Okay, so the integer related operation we cannot perform after taking x. That's why I'm just typecasting it to integer. Whatever data I'll be receiving from user, that should be changed to integer in format. Okay, and uh, with after that I'll be operating on top of x. Otherwise, it will be throwing an error. That error we have received yesterday. Okay. So let's go ahead with the latter steps. Let me do the conditional statement. So if it's simple statement, if x percent 2 equal double equal should be there, 0. Okay, a colon should be there when the statement has been finished. Colon should be there. Print it is a even number. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me do one thing. After putting colon, when I'm pressing enter, it is all. I mean, Python is taking this space by itself. I did not put any space over here. By default, it should be taking this space. So what is this space means over here? It is called indentation. Okay. And in Python, okay, Python, the basic stuff we have already told you earlier. Python is case sensitive in each of the places. If I just put capital I over here, it should be throwing an error. Okay. It should be always small I. Just like in SQL, SQL is case sensitive in manner. We have learned SQL at the second week of our session, I mean, first week of the session. Over there, we have learned that we should always be, I mean, there will be no issue, whatever language, I mean, whatever cases we are introducing over there. But over here, Python should be always case sensitive. After that, we are learning these things. Python, we need to use proper indentation. What is indentation over here? So I am declaring a if statement. It's a conditional statement. So what particular statement underneath this particular if statement should be there? That is been I mean, that is signified by this indentation over here. Okay, that means that particular statement should be executing under this if clause. Okay, so if I'm just put the enter, by default it should be taking another indentation. That means it should be under this condition and all. So if I just want to get rid of this indentation, just put a backspace and put else, because I want to put the else condition not inside this if clause. Okay, so that's the reason I'm get rid of if clause and just put print. Hopefully that is understandable. We can learn the same thing while learning for loops and all quickly again. So we can repeat it once more time. There, it is an odd number. So when it should be divided by 2, if there is no remainder, okay, x% 2, because it's comparing with the remainder, then it's a even number. If there is remainder, that means else, then it should be an odd number. Okay, let me run this. Enter a number. Let me put 45. It's an odd number. Okay, it's very simple. Just this is the conditional thing we are doing. Let me just do one more thing. Suppose 23, 24. Okay, it's an even number. So I'm inputting. Let me quickly repeat once more time. The first statement is triggered. Then I'm putting the thing over here, particular digit, particular number. It is being stored in X with integer format. Otherwise, we cannot do this kind of operation if it's not an integer. If we just remove integer part over here, okay, yeah, brackets are fine. Okay, let me put 67. It's showing an error because this kind of operation cannot be done on top of integer. Let me just pass integer over here as well. It should be working. Okay. I'm just parting the integer thing over here. It's same as this, but it's looking like very ugly. I mean, it's not a good coding practice. So let me just try the thing. It should be working, I think. Yeah, 54, it is working. So this is an integer operation, but the input function by default, it should take the data in string format. That's why it was not working that time. Okay, hopefully everything is clear. If any doubt, then please ask me. No doubt? Okay. Let's learn loop. I'm deleting that portion. Okay. We'll be learning for loop and while loop. So, one by one. Yeah. So, for loop. What is for loop? Okay, loop is just like I think we are aware that if we have the basic of C or C++, any other object-oriented programming we have learned earlier in our courses or classes in school. So loop is just like a iteration we can create over there. And on top of this iteration, we can print the data. Okay, we can print, we can do anything. We can do n number of operation. If there are n number of element, taking help of this element, we can do this operation. But over here, the first point, if we are declaring a loop, the loop should be worked on top of a iterable. So what is iterable? Let me show you. So iterable can be any data structure just like list, tuple, dictionary, okay, sets, anything. Let me take list. Okay, list, tuple, set, it should be having the same kind of stuff. I'll be just giving you one more example with what happens for dictionary and all. Let me declare a list first. Okay, for it's a variable, it's a loop variable for I in is a keyword L1. So iterable have to use. Iterable means that can contains more than one value or arrays to represent the particular looping system. Then again colon, whatever we have done for if else statement, if we press the enter, by default it will be taking that indentation. That means the next statement should be run underneath this for loop. Okay. So let me print simple I. Okay. I'm just enter it again. It's having the indentation again, but I do not need that indentation. So I'm just eliminating this thing from here. Simple, I'm running it. Okay. Inside the list, we have this data. Okay. So for I is a loop variable in list print I. Okay. I'm printing individual elements over here. So I is taking first one and it's return one, then two, then three. The same way it's returning the thing. So we need a iterables over here. Without iterables, that should not work. For loop should not work. So in case of iterable, we can use set, tuple, anything. Okay. Okay, that is called iterable. If we took dictionary, let me show you dictionary. Dictionary, it's a bit different. Let me declare it L1. No issue, actually. So let me declare dictionary just like the same one that we presented earlier. 1A. The next element is 2 is the key, value is B. Then 3 is the key, value is C. Okay. Let me print the same thing. I'm just I is a variable, loop variable. I in L1, I in that particular dictionary. Let me print I. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's only returns we received the keys only. One, two, three. We did not receive the value over here. Okay, so what are the different things we can do on top of this thing so that I can get the values? There is a method L1 dot values, not values actually L1. It should be coming. Yeah, values. That is perfect. Okay, if I put in this way, okay, we can get only the value. If I want to print both keys and values, it should be, I'm assuming it should be items. Yes. So we are receiving in this way the key value combination can print the thing. So dictionary as iterable that should be working in this way. Similarly, we can use set tuple as well. There will be no issue. Okay. So indentation maintenance, we already know that particular stuffs. Okay, range function. We can use range function as well. So what to do with range function? Range is another iterable we can use instead of list, tuple, or everything. We can use range function. Range is just like we can. There is three position we can declare it over. So the first one is like 1. The last one, suppose 10. Okay, colon again over here. What is the issue? Okay, that should not be colon. That should be comma. Okay, so the first position, the last position, by default, it should be incremented by 1. If we do not mention the third position over here, third position is the incremental operator. How much increment it should be in the next iteration. So over here, by default, it will be taking 1. You can see it's starting with 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is the last. So it should be just like less than 10. Okay. So if we just put 12 over here, it should be taking only 11. Okay. So this will not reach out this. And just like less than the upper limit. It should be this way. It should be working in this way. Okay. Any doubt till now? Okay. Nested loop. I can do one more thing. Okay. Let me show you. Inside that, I'm initiating another for loop. I'm initiating another loop variable. Uh, Let me take L1. Okay, L1 is that dictionary. So it's another inside that iteration. If I print, I'm printing I comma j, not print I over here. Okay, so let me print. Okay, so for the range 1, we have one element. For each of the element for 1, the first iterable, this from this iteration, the first thing I will be returning as 1. Okay, for each of the 1, we should be having the items from here. Okay, so I is been repeated 3 times because we have 3 elements inside the dictionary. I 1a, I 2b, I 3c. So this iteration has been completed. It will be back again after printing of this thing. It will be back again over here. This will be incremented by 1. Okay. Uh, it should be 2. Then the value of this I should be 2 now. So again for this 2, we have 3 sets of j. Okay. By the same way, it should be coming till 11. Okay. I did not show you how we have the incremental operator. We can change it with just like 3. Means after 1, the next value should be 4. Okay, so 1, then 4, then 7, this kind of things, it will be incremented. So it's a incremental operator. We can also mention this thing. By default, if we do not put anything, it should be taking 1 in nature. So we can get this output. Okay. So we have learned the nested loop, loop inside another loop, and how that can be worked. But always we need to maintain the particular indentation. Indentation will be helping us which particular, thing should be underneath, which should be working underneath which operation. So this is very much important as we are not using braces inside that one. In other languages, we can after for or each of the for statement or any other loop statement, we can use open brace, close brace to maintain which kind of thing should be operated underneath which particular operation. But over here, we are not maintaining this thing. So uh, we need to be very much careful about the indentation part. Okay. Next, we have while loop. Any doubt for while loop? Anyone? Okay. So while loop, while how while should be working, we need to initialize the whatever loop we'll be using in while. I need to introduce I equal 1. Okay. In while, we just need to maintain the condition I less than 10. A colon should be there. Print I and uh, I just need to maintain the incremental operator just like I equal I plus 1. It's similar, just like what we have learned in C or any other syntaxes. We need to declare the variable first, then conditional thing. Okay, print it will be printing I. First of all, it will print 1, then inside the same iteration, it will be increased by 1, 2. Then it will be coming back over here in this while loop. 2 is less than 10, it's fine. It will be print 2. Over here, it will be coming, it will be updated as 3. 3 will be coming back here, 3 is less than 10. Okay, it should be also printed the same way till 9, it should be printed. So when it will be 10, it will be coming over here. It will be getting that 10 greater than and 10 is less than 10. No, then it should be breaking the loop. It will be coming back from the loop. And 9 should be the latest printable element. Okay. Okay, the same thing we have learned in for loop. For is a similar a different syntax actually, but the operation is same. That is the way while loop works. Okay. Next topic is what is break and continue inside a loop. Okay. So break statement, there is, two different thing, break and continue. If I put break in any such places, just like break over here, if we execute the thing, just like when the first iteration is completed, okay, then it is printing. If it get break in anywhere, it will break out of loop. Okay, it will be existed from the loop itself. Nothing to do. No more. Okay, and there's a continue as well. Continue keyword. Continue will be it will be get rid of this current iteration. Continue keyword would be helping. It will be get rid of this current iteration. Suppose it's running for one iteration one. So continue, it will be getting rid of this thing. It will not executed the latter thing. Suppose something I into 2 or just like this. Any operation, if we are just providing over here, it will not executed that one. Rather, it will be going to the next iteration. It will be coming to second iteration. So this kind of thing, break and continue should be using inside some conditions over here. If the condition is met, then it can break outside of loop, or maybe it will left that particular iteration. If we put continue keyword over there for particular condition, if it get continue keyword there, so it will discard the current iteration. It will be existing. Exit thing should be there in the current iteration. and it will continue the entire my matter into next iteration. Okay, that's why the continue things works. So break means breaking from entire loop itself. Continue, it break the current iteration only, but it will be going to the next iteration. Okay, so that is the basic difference of break and continue. That should be useful inside a for loop or while loop if you use any conditions, and that if we just have any such conditions that uh, I mean it should be breaking in nature or just like this breaking the entire loop, or we just need to get existed from the loop, then it should be working in this way. Okay. Now, what is function? Function we have already learned. There is lots of inbuilt function. Just like how we have used print, we are using type. Those are the functions we already used over there. Those are inbuilt function. Okay. There are user defined function as well. UDF. What are those things? So, to define an user defined function, we need to use def keyword. Okay. The function name. So, earlier class we have uses squaring a function. So let's give the function name. Okay. Function underscore sq. Okay. So, uh, over there, we can pass some parameter, then colon, enter. It should be having an indentation because inside the function we there can be multiple statements over there. Okay, return. A function can return data if we are passing any parameter over here. It should be returning some value. Okay, so just like it will be returning x cross x. If we pass a particular value over here with returning this thing, it will be returning me a squaring of that function. So why we'll be using function? Actually, let me show you quickly. That definition has been completed. So um, we can execute this statement with multiple parameters. Let's put 6. The same thing we can do for, okay, let me print this thing. Otherwise, it will not be having any result. I can do this stuff for any other value as well. 8, 9, 10, anything. Okay. If we run this thing, okay. So we can think, we are not doing this kind of operation multiple times. So function, the usefulness of function is this time only. It can be reused anytime. Okay. Functions, just we have put the function in once at a time over here, but we can utilize this thing multiple times. We just have to call this function we have to pass a parameter over here because in definition of the function we have some parameters. So some parameter we can call it over here in this way multiple times, any times, whatever we want. So we do not have to write this code. This is for a single thing. We can put multiple complicate functions over here. The same thing can be called multiple times without putting this calculation multiple times over here. So this is the basic function structure. Okay, so def is a keyword function name. If I want to pass any parameter, pass parameter. If I don't want to pass parameter, suppose I want just a print statement inside the function. Print, this is my new function. Okay, so you should not pass any parameter because by default it is not taking in parameter. So we should be passing in this way. No parameter, I'm just Okay. So here none keyword is coming because the function itself is I mean, the output of this function is a print result itself. So if we just do not do the print over here, it should be fine. So the first, this one is returning. Okay, let me do, I mean, I'm just getting rid of this print operation from top two, and let's keep the last two print. So you can get this two is returning these two. This is new function, and these two, yeah, this is new function, and then none. None is for this print. Then new function again and none. Okay. So you already have a print function inside this function declaration. So it's declaring in this one. It's giving output in this one. Okay. Okay. Hopefully this is clear for function declaration and all. Okay. So, yeah, this is the last topic for today's session. Any doubt, any stuck point for anyone? Nothing? Okay, let's then connect tomorrow with some more topics. Just like we'll be learning classes, objects, and all, and we can also go through from I mean, how to connect with pandas and how to work with pandas. Pandas is an important external package or class that we can use uh, as a data science operation or data analytics operation over there. So we'll be learning that stuff tomorrow. Let's connect with that one tomorrow. Okay, then. Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you.